he has to take 75 off the table. He did take it off the table, but I think the more important thing was the balance sheet run. I've had I thought that the discussion was around 90 billion. I have to go back and check, or somewhere in that range, 70 to 90. So 47 billion a month in tightening is almost half of that, or less than expected. So he's signaling that he's going to go slow. El Arian, you know, I do like that guy, and because he's saying that you already screwed it up, and now you can't go too fast and screw up the other thing, you know, like screw up the market and put us in a recession. So then he made some good comments about, I don't think, you know, we're going to go into recession. I think we can do a soft landing and stuff like that. But, you know, he said other things that he's been wrong on before, you know, in all fairness. So, you know, I don't know, you can I guess take his word. But the other thing he said was that he thinks that inflation could surprise to the upside. So they're thinking that, you know, more hot numbers coming, and the supply chain issues, you know, from what's happening in China and Ukraine may put more pressure on inflation, right? And we've talked about that. It's so overall, you know, because sentiment was so depressed and excuse me, things were so oversold. This was kind of prime for a rally if he cooperated, which he did. So do we have a follow through? It's possible, you know, possible we have a summer rally. You know, where does it go? I don't know. I mean, you know, so we were back to this 4,300 level that, you know, it failed here a few times. So let's see what happens. Because if this clears, then yeah, possible we get back up to 4,500, you know, and then they come back to it. So, but I don't think this is over. You know, they are still in the tightening cycle, and, you know, earnings numbers are good, you know, but you heard what Apple told you, 48 billion hit on supply chain. So that stuff is not getting better, you know. So, but, you know, I think let's see what happens today. It's possible, like Sam said, usually when it's down, we were up 120, we're down 20 or 30. That's not a lot. So it's possible we go positive, you know, and then they come back to it. But like Sam said, it's also they wait till tomorrow to see the job number. But I don't think the job number matters that much. He already told you what he's going to do. I mean, unless it comes in like really soft and misses, then, you know, then fears of recession comes back, right? So that's kind of what we're looking at, you know. But he has just some great opportunities to, you know, pick up some.
Well, what you want to do is you want to catch opportunities, and we catch a 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 15. Right. Huge opportunities, okay? Booking, BKNG, way up 200. But here's the problem. I looked at booking yesterday. The 2300s, Omid, were $14.
Wow.
It's up 100 points, okay? So, yeah, you may get a 3X on it, but $14, but you can't buy 200 points up, right? I mean, that's too bad. It's just terrible.
Did they lose $17 in earnings? I haven't looked at the numbers.
So I think they guided way up to Saudi Europe. So let's see. But Expedia didn't do so well. So that's what we know. That's what we know. Mr. Rolf, what's going on?
Yes, good morning, Sensei Sam, Omid, Dojo, Consiglieris. Yesterday was another interesting day. I did 7 SPX trades. Actually, I wanted to go a little bit lighter because you never know with the Feds, but I did 7. I had 5 green and 2 red, 5 puts and 2 calls. So at the end of the day, I bought a 4,400 call for Friday at an average cost of 3.95. So normally 99.9%, I never swing to the next day. And here is why, because I could buy the same call if I still believe we go up for half of it, for $2. So once again, I didn't follow my own rule. I bought it because I was convinced we wake up in the morning and the SPX is up 50 points, which is not, but it doesn't mean it cannot change his direction as we go. into the day, but I always put the money where my mouth is, and I was anticipating we have a trend day, which we always have after the Feds. I just don't know, is the trend day up or is it down? So we will see. Obviously, we will start down, but again, that can reverse in the first couple of minutes really fast. Just a quick look around the world. In Japan, the Nikkei is closed. They have a holiday. Hang Seng in Hong Kong is slightly down. Shanghai is slightly up. Europe is up quite a bit. The motherland, the DAX, is up 1.5. In England, the FTSE is up 1%. So are they following us from yesterday's rally, or are we following them today? No clue. The bonds are mixed. The oil is up. Gold, silver, copper is up. Crypto is down. I mean, the Feds did what was expected, 50-point raise. And again, I still believe we have a trend day either way. I anticipate we go up pretty fast, but I have no clue. This is just an educated guess. And important is what Sam said. You got to sell. Guys, if you have money on paper, it's not meaningful. It doesn't mean anything. It's only meaningful if you buy. That's the first step. And then you have to have an exit strategy, because if you don't sell, it's only paper money. And it shows me that money doesn't mean anything to you. You have to sell to make a profit. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes I sell too fast, but that's okay. I do this 10 times a day and I'm good. So have a good day. And again, follow Sam and you will be fine. Thank you.
Okay, so that's what we know. That's what we know. So amazing day. Let's see what happens. Do we continue? Let's see.
One more thing, Sam. The one thing I would keep an eye on, is the VIX and the yields. So every time the VIX has gotten in the low 20s, 25 or 20, they've started loading puts again. So I would just keep an eye on that, see if that trend changes. And then the yields still kind of, yesterday they didn't take off, so that was positive for the market. But if they start taking it north of 3%, the 10-year, I would think that would pressure tech. So that's key to watch.
So let's see. Here's the thing: is they have a rally. Nobody wants to miss the rally. And he basically gave you a reprieve from 0.75 and more rate hikes, and we see. So you're going to have some bad things happen. Tesla, Elon is saying he has a bit more financing set up. This thing could really run to 1,000 pretty fast if it goes. Let's see what happens. That would be nice. Then you sell and roll. Well, but today's very simple, guys. Very, very simple. All you got to do is watch NOW, Snow, Tesla, and they should take out, and UPSD. They should take out their highs in the first 10 minutes. If they don't, that's a tell the other way. Okay, and then you chill, and then you chill, and then you chill. And we're going to get some sharp puts right away, because I think it's going to completely collapse. I think it's going to go to 300. May add a week or 2 weeks and just let it. There's no reason to buy this. This is worse than Amazon right now. Okay. Okay, let's get started. Good morning, everybody. 5-5. What a day! How much fun was it? Greg is saying that there's more Fed speakers today. So the Fed is going to come out and start talking about this. Wow. Is Bullard going to come out and say, oh, we didn't talk about it, but we're going to go to 2%. I mean, it's just crazy. Okay? So just keep an eye out. Let's see what happens. See if now takes off. If the market goes positive and runs, this NOW could go to 522. Okay? And what you want is, the other thing is, because some of the chips have been really good lately, the earnings have been good at least, Qualcomm, AMD, the action not as good. You want to see NVIDIA 206, 209 in the first 30 minutes. You want to see that. If it's there, it may really, really, really go. Then we see. Okay? Take your profits. Huge, huge, huge day. When we had this set perfectly. If the market would have collapsed, SPXs and Amazon down. It was perfect. Okay? And we had everything else up. And they all worked. Okay? So interesting. SPX, 43 43.19, 43.52. 43.72, very, very hard. Okay, underneath 42.51, that would be down 50. NVIDIA, 206, 209, accelerator, 260. Apple, 166, 169. Lam Research, 522 is a big number up there, but if you think that we head back down over the course of the next couple weeks, then the 180 has become very, very interesting here. It moved a lot. Then Qualcomm, 151. 151 would be a tell, because that would be a high after earnings. Got almost showing 151-ish. So if it gets through there, then maybe things start moving better. Okay? PANW, it's just weak. Just like it couldn't get through 630. It's trying down here at the 530, and just wait. That, CrowdStrike, Zscaler, the premiums are still ridiculously high. So just wait, wait, wait. And the PEs are high. Amazon, 42.52, 42.48. Okay? Snowman, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. If this is real, this should be 192 right off the bat. Now, next week, it looks like there's not that investor meeting. That was bad info. Kind of aggravated with that. So we'll probably dump next week's pretty fast, but let this week's run, because I think it can get there. I think it can get to 200. Can it get through? Without news, it's not going to get through. Okay? So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. NOW, 503. If it gets through 503, it can really, really spike. Shop, like, puts right off the bat, like the 400s, like the 390s, like the 380s. Let's see what happens. I hope the SPX pops and gives us an opportunity for this thing to collapse. Okay? UPSC finally got through 88. Very nice. It got to 93. If you bought the 120s with us for earnings, we sold those and ended up buying the 100s for earnings 2 weeks out, and they ran very nicely. But if this pops down to about 89-ish, we'll look at getting them back again. Google, decent day yesterday, right back down. It's in the 4 to 6 week avoid, and here comes Tesla. So if the market's going to run, Tesla has to lead. They have the best of the best earnings, and look for 972, because 972 can propel this thing to 1,000. That's what we know. That's what we know. Okay. Let's see. Comments, questions. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. Everybody have a great trade day. See you in chat.